he didn't want to give away anything too specific.
Right. But like,
So he just showed one position.
Right, like the late middle game position.
Or like an opening trap, basically. But it was move 18.
Yeah, that was the bishop c5, king h1.
Oh, you saw that too?
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, his content's good.
King h1 was not good.
But Zelozny is like 2,300.
Yeah, actually, I blundered and lost to him one time I played.
Oh, really?
With white.
But King H1 is not impressive.
No, that was slight inaccuracy.
Okay, I am live. Someone is asking who's that in the background. This is going to be a quick stream. I'm at a hotel in Schaumburg, Illinois, and I'm playing a tournament this weekend, and I just played round 1 a few hours ago. The guy in the background is probably one of the strongest FMs in the world, right?
I think so. Strongest in America. I'm 28 feet 8 right now.
That's not bad. And this is a team tournament that I'm playing in. So I'm board 2 on our team. He's board 1, so I'll get easier games. So I'm going to analyze the last game I played. I should be able to remember it. Let me minimize everything. It was some weird opening. Knight f3, d5, b3. I wanted to play like a reverse London. I just wanted to play like bishop f5, e6, knight f6. But then I was scared like he would double fianchetto, put the pawn on d3. And it's like a King's Indian up a tempo. So I don't know. I played knight f6, bishop b2. I was seriously debating bishop f5. How many times has this been played? Is opening book not working? Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Bishop b2. Bishop f5. Let's see. Master Jav base. So it's been played before. Ooh, Carlsen played this. Carlsen lost to Grishuk as white. What was this game? View. Okay, I'll open the chat. We'll see who's here. Oh, but when I open the chat, I don't see any of the old messages. So I have to look here. I see Tactical Wizard said something. Is your whole team analyzing and preparing together? We had food together. And we analyzed a little bit. We played Blitz a little bit. But nothing too major. Okay, what happened in this game? G3, E6. So it's literally just a reverse London. Which, I guess I could have played this. I go for play on the queen side. But beating Carlsen with black in this sort of structure, not easy. And this is like a Carlsen type position too. Knight d4, mistake. Who annotated this? Ouch. Queen c2, invade. Man, it's not easy to beat Carlsen. Bishop take d3, what? Oh, it's pinned. Okay, Grishuk's pretty good. So I could have played bishop f5. Very tempted. I played e6. The idea was, I knew I didn't want to like commit the light squared bishop, and I just wanted to complete kingside development. And I thought we might get into this line where he plays some c4 move, and then I would play like this kind of interesting a5, a4 line. So it had some potential. What are people saying? Tactical Wizard says rook takes c8 seems really odd right there in the Carlsen game. Rook takes c8. Just giving up the c file. I think the problem is if white tries to reinforce the rook, a3 would hang. So like take on a3. Like white doesn't want to surrender the c file, but probably had to. Anyway, let's look at what happened in my game. I played e6, he played g3, and we were both taking time. Like for the first, he was even taking time before playing b3. He took like 2 or 3 minutes. And then I took time to play e6, but then we played the next few moves pretty quickly. Bishop e7, bishop g2, castle, castle, and then I play c5. And I was hoping that we would go into some Benoni structure. Is the stream muted? It better not be muted. I don't think the internet's very good here though, so there might be lag with the video or audio. It went mute as soon as he read my message. What's going on? OBS. I'm gonna keep talking. If it's bad, it's gonna be a quick stream, so I'll fix it in the future. Hopefully it's not too unwatchable. So when I played c5, I was sort of expecting some c4, d4, e3, and then knight c6. The quality is down. Sorry about that. Take, rook e1. And I think, yeah, this is just a main line, like knight e8. Somehow we transposed from a weird move order. And d3 and then f6, I think. So that's what I was expecting. But he played kind of a strange move, I guess, which is the second most popular move, e3. I was actually thinking maybe he could play d4 right away, because I don't necessarily want to take, because then the double fianchetto can be dangerous if the position opens up. I was actually thinking about playing b5 here. Are there any games? One game. b5. I feel like I've had this position before. After c4. Man, take. The transpose. Bishop e7. This is actually bugging me. Let me Google. So I played the tournament over the summer, and it was a very similar line. This looks promising. I was black. It was a ready opening. Maybe this is a game. I know Lichess isn't or might not be happy with me if I'm going away from the the website. So what I'll do is I'll copy the PGN and then bring it into the study. PGN, paste. Okay, so that worked. So it was really similar. Oh, except the bishop didn't commit to b2. But this was an interesting game. Like black equalized pretty easily. And then there was a lot of tension in the center. And somehow I won this game after some trouble. I think white was better at some point. But then he played really badly. Like he forgot my c-pawn is strong. Okay. Yeah, rook b8, and then white was losing. Gold Eaglet is asking, are you playing any standard games today? I played a bunch of standard games yesterday, but I'm not playing any any games online today because I'm playing in a standard tournament currently, and I have a game tomorrow morning. So I'm just analyzing my my first round game, which is right here. So let's flip the board and let's continue. If you want to see me play standard games, you can watch yesterday's stream. I played for like 2 hours in some rapid tournament, and I think that was decent quality chess. But okay, so what happened in this game? He played e3, which I thought was sort of a waste of time. But maybe he's just preparing c4. So I played knight c6. And then he played d4, so he's kind of mixing up plans. But I thought if he plays d4, then the pawn on e3 is not really that useful. Because if I take, he's probably going to take with knight. So then I was debating here between b5 and b6. And it's a question of how to improve the bishop. I played b6, aiming for bishop a6 ideas. And that's essentially what happened. What did he play here? He played c4 and knight d2 first. Yeah, he played c4, bishop a6. So it's somewhat symmetrical. Like pawn structure is almost identically symmetrical, the exception of the pawn on g3. And the bishops are slightly different squares for each side. So it's the type of position there's a lot of tension, and like a lot of moments for the next several moves are critical because it comes down to like who releases attention first and what side it favors. Normally when there's pawns on d4, c4, d5, c5, it makes sense for one side to make a capture. But in this case, or in this game, we left the tension for a little bit. AKA Cuttlefish, am I still banned? No, AKA Cuttlefish, you're not banned. I gave you a timeout, I think a couple days ago, because you were being a little bit spammy. But maybe I just didn't realize the context. I don't know. So welcome back. We're going to keep going in this game. Knight bd2, rook c8, rook c1. Yeah, so when I played rook c8, I think I played it relatively quickly. Then he played rook c1 relatively quickly. I think he just forgot that I could play knight b4 here. And like white's already under some pressure. And when I played knight b4, I thought it was like really strong, but maybe it wasn't like super strong because I am threatening knight d3 and knight take a2. But he played a good move. He played knight e5. And then the problem was that if I take on a2, which of course is what I wanted to do, he could play rook a1, knight b4, bishop c3. And I think white wins back the pawn with a good position. Like bishop b7, take. Black gets a bishop pair, but I wasn't really sure about this. Hello to the guy whose name I can't pronounce. Thiago Andrev, 18. I know I am getting challenges, but I'm not going to accept them. This is just going to be a very quick stream to go over a game. When I finish the tournament, which is on Sunday, I'll be playing more games starting probably on Monday. So bear with me. Let's go back. I wanted to take on a2, but I couldn't really find an advantage there. And knight e5 defended this knight d3 threat. So I played knight d7, which I think was reasonable. Trying to like remove the knight from e5 so I could access d3. I was expecting knight df3, but he took, which I think favored me. Take, and then he played knight f3. So maybe somewhat similar. Played bishop 8 f6. And it looked really good for black. Like it looked like there's a lot of pins everywhere. a2 is still potentially hanging, but I didn't see any way to like win anything. after, what did he play here? Bishop f6, yeah, a3. I retreat. And then, yeah, then he takes, relieving the tension. And I can't take on f1 because he takes my knight attacking my queen. So I take, he played rook e1. And then I played rook e8. And I thought it's still the type of position I could go for some advantage and try and outplay him. The problem in many situations is bishop is just a bad piece on b2. And I'm preventing any knight e5 move. Also restricting any e4 break. So I felt pretty comfortable here. He played rook c2, trying to take as the bishop's defended. So I played c4. He took, I took. And then he just completely collapsed. I mean, black has a very simple threat, bishop to b3. So I was expecting... What was I expecting? Knight d2, bishop e6, rook c3, bishop f5. I thought black has some slight edge. Hello, Braden. How's it going? Long time no talk. Just kidding. Yeah, I was expecting something like this. I was actually calculating because he spent a long time in this moment. And like when he was thinking, I was calculating this line. And I was imagining, or maybe I was just daydreaming that someday like this would happen, queen f3. And I have this knight e7 move. And then let's say he plays rook c1. Is it this position? Maybe it's this position. I was dreaming of somehow trapping his queen, like bishop g4, queen f4. Oh, but I don't have g5 because he has queen take f6. That's annoying. And I don't think this works either. Knight g6, take, take. Oh wait, I could take the queen. Wait, is this queen just trapped? I mean, this is some far off line, but I thought it maybe has some venom, and white has to be a little bit careful. So none of that happened. He didn't play knight d2. He played a really bad move, kind of an inexplicable move. He played knight e5. Clearly just missing bishop b3. It's after bishop take e5, pawn take e5. I was actually wondering like if he just forgot I could take on e5 again, because that also looked playable. But of course, just bishop b3. I might as well. I'm gonna go through and put the whole game in. Rest of the game was just a matter of converting, but the conversion was pretty smooth. He played rook e2. I took, not taking the rook immediately, but just applying pressure. He took on e5. I took on c2, so things got traded. He played queen a1, which is a one sort of try in the position, but very easily met with f6. Bishop d4, bishop e4, f3, bishop f5. And here I'm kind of forgetting what happened. What did he play? Did he play g4? No. Bishop f5. Oh, rook d2. Yeah, rook d2, queen b5. Just going for some attempt at trading queens. So he played rook. Oh yeah, he played rook b2. And this was a funny moment. Hello everyone in the chat, by the way. Yeah, hello Braden, hello Camel. Nice that you guys are interacting with each other. This was a funny moment. He has one trick where if I play queen d3, looks like a really like nice aggressive move. He simply plays bishop f1, and I think this would be tragic if it actually happened because the queen's trapped. So thankfully I was awake. I played queen c4. threatening queen c1. He played queen a2. Wait, he played queen a2? Really? Wait, what happened? He didn't play queen a2. He played king f2. Yeah, king f2. I play queen c1, going for the queen trade, knowing that any endgame without queens is an easy win. So he played queen a2. And then I was happy with the way I managed to convert. I played rook c4, aiming to potentially sacrifice on d4. He played g4. And then, yeah, this position, when I played rook c4 initially, I thought I could just play rook c2 here and trade. But then I realized there's actually a very strong way to finish things off. Is just take on d4. Because if he takes back, there's this queen e1 mate. So this is what happened in the game. He took on f5. I take on e3. And here it's actually forced mates after a simple series of checks. King g3, queen e5, king h3, take, goes back. Actually, the forced mate here, it's maybe a little bit tricky to find. But I go back to e5. And now that the f5 pawn is gone, I can access h5 and then queen h4 mate. And he actually played it out. Like, it's been a while since I've mated someone over the board. So, not a bad way to start round one. Let me promote all these variations, at least the main line. Oh, make main line. That's useful. Ooh, I think that's one feature that ChessBase doesn't have. It's in ChessBase, if you're like in a sub variation, you have to keep promoting it. Thank you, Lichess. So relatively quick win. I think what I'll do is check some lines with Stockfish. I was pretty involved with the game. I thought I was seeing most things correctly. We'll check real quick if I overlooked anything. Also see where the novelty was. c4, bishop a6, still opening, or still has been played before. Rook c8. Yeah, rook c1, probably not a good move. So one game here. So knight b4 was a novelty. Wait, z-fox, queen not trapped, bishop f1, rook c1. Did I miss that? And of course I'm not playing queen d3, but bishop f1, rook c1, queen takes c1. Okay, so the queen is not trapped, but white's winning this, like up a bishop. Yeah. Wait, I'll just double check with Stockfish too. Rook b2, queen d3, Stockfish, bishop f1 winning. Yeah, bishop f1 +2. Okay, so let's go back. Opening, where am I? So e3. And I'll just leave Stockfish on. Bishop a6. So nothing too notable yet. I was actually thinking he might play queen e2. It looks like such an ugly move, given that he puts his rook or he has his rook and his queen on the same diagonal as the bishop. But I can't easily exploit that. I wasn't entirely sure what to do here. Knight d7 looks strange. Yeah, I don't know what I would have done. Maybe take on c4. Because if the pawn gets to c4, there's some positional play for black. Oh, thank you for the nice message, aka Cuddlefish. Okay, let's see what happened in the game. Knight b4, knight e5, knight d7. Ooh, knight d7. Decently strong move. Take, take. Was knight f3 possible? Oh, knight f3, maybe I can win a pawn. Like take, take, or maybe not. I was looking at f6 here. Knight d3, okay. Can I win c4? Like take, b take, and then take? Oh, maybe I went too far. Oh, he has knight f4. Stockfish, too strong. Knight f4, classic computer move. Okay. Z-Fox is asking, is your main advantage your more active bishop? Should white take on c5 earlier to have more active bishop? That was definitely one of the things going for black, is this bishop on a6 exerts so much pressure and prevents white from relieving the pawn tension in the center. So he's asking, could white take on c5 earlier? Maybe white could take on c5, but it helps activate. I would probably take back with bishop. But maybe taking on c5 is okay, like take. I think with these positions they're generally equal until something concrete happens. But yeah, the advantage came later. Like I think once the position transformed, like even around here, I was feeling pretty good. Like knight c6, because black's pieces are just simply better. Like white's bishop's not doing too much, and black's minor pieces just exerting so much pressure. So like even in this line, because black gets c4 in, there wasn't really too much for white to do. So I would guess like maybe plus or minus 0.3. Ooh, plus 0.1. h4? What? h4 is a nice move. Ideas of like king h2, bishop h3. I saw this possibility, but I didn't really think it's that great because it's slow, but maybe it makes sense. I think I would play, what would I play here? If he plays h4, and I was looking to play c4, so maybe now c4. B takes c4. Crew 64 is calling me out. I have no idea what Cuttlefish is saying. Okay, I think I would still be happy here. It's kind of a dynamic pawn structure where black does have 3 pawn islands and the isolated d pawn, but the d pawn isn't weak, and I have the majority on the queen side, where the eventual plan is to make a pass b pawn. And I thought knight d2, knight a5. If he could get the bishop here, but this bishop's so bad. Bishop c3 makes sense, actually. Actually, bishop c3 makes a lot of sense. So maybe black's just not better. Why does the engine want g6? G6 is normal. But it was in the previous position. It was this position, g6. I think it's just a basic improving move. Like, the engine doesn't know what else to do. And white doesn't necessarily want to go for, like, a kingside attack. The main point of h4 is to try and prepare bishop h3, I think. So. Oh, he wants to fight me. I had a fight with Crew 64 a few days ago. It was some bullet match. And he barely beat me out. It was like 15 to 14. But I gained more rating points, so I think it was okay. Anyway, Yeah, that was an interesting line, but he played rook c2. I play c4. You take, I take. Yeah, so it's just here. Like after 95, it's probably like at least -2. Yeah, just bishop take e5, bishop b3. So pretty bad blunder. Sometimes that happens, like first round. People just miss stuff. Yeah, this position, I guess white has options. Let's look at this line: knight d2, bishop d3, rook c3, bishop g6. Prefer bishop f5. And queen f3. Oh, queen f3, knight take d4. Nice. Tactics. Queen a1, no one would ever play. It's a very typical stockfish move. Maybe it makes sense to get the rook to c1, but just so weird. Yeah, I would have been happy here. Okay, that was my game. I don't know if it was too instructive, but the opening was interesting. I think this will happen a lot from these sort of ready fianchetto openings where like there's so much pawn tension, and it's just a matter of dealing with it, putting your pieces on good squares. So this has been a very quick stream. I'm gonna end it there. Thanks guys for watching, and I might do more of these, but I might not. So we'll see. Have a good night and bye.